Good day, everyone. Now that stores are opening up, you probably think that everything is going back to the way it was before the pandemic. Wrong! Even as we are allowed out from quarantine, we still need to stay home as much as possible, obey physical distancing rules, wash hands frequently, and most importantly, wear a mask. That's why I'm taking every step possible to prevent spreading COVID, especially since I've got a family at home to protect. I've got overclothes to keep my regular clothes clean, reusable rubber gloves that are so fine you can pick up a dime, yet strong and ribbed for gripping, and hand sanitizer which I'm constantly cleaning the gloves with. But most importantly, and most inspiringly, I've ordered a surplus GP5 gas mask and modern compatible gas mask filters, as well as a Brody helmet to protect me during these times of civil unrest. Alright everyone, let's go for it. Tally-ho! The fact is, this pandemic is our generation's great challenge. Like the brave soldiers in the Great War, fighting for God, King, and country, we are doing the same. We are not fighting visible combatants this time, but rather an invisible enemy. But there is still much to recall. We are fashioning masks out of cloth handkerchiefs, much like the brave British and Imperial Commonwealth soldiers who covered their nose and mouth with their urine-soaked handkerchiefs to protect against gas attacks. We are learning to adapt and innovate to new things, like the brave soldiers of the Russian Empire fighting for their Tsar in a rapidly industrializing battlefield. Though these hard times are seeing many sinners, like in the Great War with the murderers of the Archduke, or the Austrian foreign minister who lied to his sovereign to get him to declare war, or the French ambassador to Russia who fomented war, we are also seeing many saints, like Blessed Charles of Austria to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and like the royal martyr Tsar St. Nicholas II for the Russian Empire. Even many of us who are not this saintly are becoming more devout in our faiths, like Kaiser Wilhelm II of the German Empire, or King George V of Great Britain and Ireland, and the British Empire. We are hunkering down in our shelters like the brave soldiers of both the British Commonwealth and the German Empire who endured years of isolation in the trenches in service of their respective monarchies, whether they said God Save the King or Heil Kaiser Diel. In these times of conflict, we should remember what inspires us to fight, and if we look to our forefathers, we will find that that inspiration is summed up as God, King, and Country. We should remember to keep calm and carry on, just as then Princess Elizabeth and the royal family inspired the whole of Britain's realm to do as they remained in their home in London even during the worst bombings of the Blitz, just as they do today during the pandemic. Remember, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II herself spoke out in an address to Britain and the entire Commonwealth, a rare occurrence by any means, to address and inspire us during this difficult time. She called to mind the crisis she herself lived through, the Second World War, and truly this pandemic is our generation's fight. And as we come out of isolation, let us remember that like the loyal soldiers who returned from serving their monarchs in the trenches of the Great War, only to have to use their new gas masks to combat the Spanish flu at home, we too must remain in our masks and trench gear even as we return to a new normal. Let us be like the most loyal monarchist soldiers of the war and hope and pray that this new normal one day returns to the old order.
Is that a camera?
Yeah.
Is that a camera?
Yeah.
Are you filming?
Yeah.
Can I ask why you're filming?
Because I'm shooting a video for YouTube inspiring people about against people keeping their own mask and
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm filming it because I'm shooting a video for my YouTube channel that talks about inspiring people that are verbally sidelines in the world.
Sorry, I still can't hear you. Can I? The reason why I bring it up is we've had customers. We've had a customer say that it's making her feel a little uneasy filming, and they have a right to privacy as well. So if I can ask you to refrain from filming as you're going through the story.
I could edit her out. I could edit out any MP that doesn't say the
I can't hear you, sir. If I could just ask you not to film as you're going through the story, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
World War.
The British Army had help from all kinds of countries in the First World War, so you could have been in for quite a surprise when you arrived in the British trenches. Private Tommy Jaws reporting for duty, sir. Proud to be part of the British Army, sir.
Pardon, monsieur, nous sommes le bataillon canadien.
What? Oh, am I in the French Army trench?
No, monsieur, we are Canadian soldiers, part of the British forces here to fight the Germans.
Oh, where can I find the British regiment?
That way, my chum.
Okay, thank you. Bit weird, but cheers. Private Tommy Jaws reporting for duty, sir. Proud to be part of the British Army, sir.
Out of ease, you limey shark biscuit. If you're looking for the other pommy cobbers, you need to go up there and dip your lid to the bludger with the stripes.
Where are the British forces?
Now, just hang on a tick, mate. We are part of the British forces, you cheeky larrikin. Your lot are up there.
All right, thank you. Private Tommy Jaws reporting for duty, sir.
I'm guessing you're not looking for the South African division, my friend.
No, I'm not. Do you know where the British part of the British forces are?
Right, yeah. You want to head down here, do a left at the West Indians, then a right at the Gurkhas, and then head straight through the Indian division and stop just before you get to the New Zealanders. All right? God save the king!
Whatever.
Excuse me?
Yep.
Is this the part of the British forces with the actual British in?
That's right.
Oh, thank goodness for that. I spent the last hour looking for you lot. Turns out half the British forces from other countries. I couldn't understand a word they were saying.
Well, don't worry, you're here now. Alien, collect your bump, your flea bag and your daisies from the Devil Dodger. Watch out for chats and canuts, and you should be able to avoid getting chin-strapped or sent to the rest camp with a meat ticket because you're a landowner.
Do you know what? I think I might go back to that French lot. Au revoir.
That's right. In World War I, soldiers from Canada, Australia, South Africa, India and other countries fought for Britain in France, thousands of miles away from their homes and families, alongside troops from England, Wales, Ireland and Scotland.